hope. My dear friends, we're going to have a little bit of a study today. What is hope in the Bible? Now, biblically, when you speak of hope, in the Old Testament, there are two main Hebrew words for hope. One thing is Yahal, which means Y-A-K-H-A-L. Yahal is waiting for. And Kaval. Kava is also waiting for. But then Kava means a thread, a rope. So Kava, which means you wait in expectation. You wait in expectation. So when it comes to hope, time is a decisive factor that you wait in expectation. You read Psalm 130. You hope for God. Always biblical hope is connected to a person. That is God. So in the hope of the Bible, you read always they hope for Him. Jerusalem, chosen land of God, it depicts the presence of God. If you can remember, if you read 2 Kings chapter 5 onwards, where Naaman was healed, and Naaman wanted the soil of that place to take to his own temple for worship. Soil denotes, because they believed that particular land belongs to that particular God. Where Israel, Jerusalem, the chosen land, belongs to God Yahweh. So that's exactly where he wanted that soil to be taken to his temple and worship. So my dear friends, so if they were exiled, they always ardently desired for God. They were hoping for Him. Always that hope is connected to the person of God. That's different. You can hope for little things in the world. You hope for rain. You hope for increment. You hope for a visa, whatever it is. But then it's different from the biblical hope. It's always connected to the person of God. You have to remember, my dear friends, biblical hope is not optimism. No. You have become very, very positive thinker. You become a positive thinker. You are very positive about things. Optimism. No, it cannot be. Because optimism, you hope for the best. Best sometimes secularly. Best sometimes in the world. You need this promotion. You need this money. You need this land. You need this person. It's always connected to the material things sometimes. But then that prosperity is not always with God's plan, isn't it? That's exactly what we have. We have a problem with prosperity gospel. Because where people use the gospel for prosperity, sometimes secularly. Secular prosperity. If you come to this church, you will be prosperous. If you come to this, follow me, and you will have this increment. You will be healed of this sickness. God is Jehovah Jireh. He provides. There's no problem at all, my dear friends. But then we don't base our hope on secular prosperity. No. It's always something beyond it. It's always beyond this world. We hope for Him. So it's not simply optimism. Because we are not based on circumstances. Our hope is not biblical hope. Christian hope is not based on circumstances. It's beyond that. It's no evidence, but yet you hope. So in biblically, when it comes to Christian hope, there's no evidence at all. You can't see anything. Yet you hope. That's different. That's different. We don't have to contribute anything sometimes. That's exactly what we spoke earlier. But then you don't see things at all. My dear friends, when it comes to biblical hope, it's always based on a person, as I said. No evidence, but yet hope. That's exactly where, when it comes to biblical hope, Christian hope, God's past faithfulness that motivates hope for the future. Listen again carefully. God's past faithfulness that motivates hope for the future. You look forward by looking backward. So you see, read the Bible, that's exactly where the salvation history, they found how God was faithful in their turmoil, in their hazard, in their calamity, in their catastrophe. God was faithful. So they have the hope. God who was faithful in the past would be always faithful in the future also. So in the present, become a present, isn't it? Present, become a present, a gift, where you enjoy the bliss of that glory. Glory, glorious expectation. That's exactly what meant by the resurrection. Passion, death, and resurrection. The triangular facts were connected, intertwined, interconnected. My dear friends, that's exactly where you, when you go through terrible thing, trauma, agony, it's connected. You look back. How the Lord has done great things in your life. How He has turned everything into good. Romans chapter 8:28. He works together. Those who love Him. Those who love Him. So He can turn that water into wine, He can make a way when there is no way. He can take more water out of Mount Horeb, a rugged rock. So if He is risen by dying, killing the death, what else you want? What else you want? So you live in that expectation where God has done great things in my life, in my past. So I don't have to worry at all. At all, because He will do the same. For that, my dear friends, for you to have that assurance, you should know the biblical history, salvation history. That's exactly where in Romans chapter 8, Romans chapter 10, verse 17, it is said, faith comes by hearing about Jesus. You read the gospel, you read the word, the veil of suspicion, the cloud of suspicion would go away. When you read the word, it's like a double-edged sword with just test your thought, pierce your heart, and you get into the reality of life. Because He's the truth, way, and life, isn't it? My dear friends, so when it comes to biblical hope, it's different. It's different at all from the worldly hope, my dear friends. So when you hope, sometimes in hope, you can't, in biblical hope, it's already there, You don't have to hope something is not there. So you hope and get. No. It's already there. It's already there. Imagine this Bible. It's already there, isn't it? But then you cannot see it. You cannot see because it's not in your vicinity. It does not mean the Bible is not there. So that's exactly, but then when in the appropriate time, when you have faith, the cloud of suspicion is gone. What you cannot see from the naked eye, you will begin to see. You begin to see. In horizon, sun is not seen, but then it's there. Right moment you will see it. So biblical hope, you hope something which is already there. You don't create things out of hope, It's already created, designed, planned properly. It's for you. He has done that for you. The only thing, in your naked eye, in your limited understanding, you won't be able to see that, fathom it, understand it. So biblically, it's already. So only thing, you had to own it, have it. Now, even still you can't see it. Even though you can't see it, you simply enjoy it because you have the word of your Abba, your Father. That's exactly where, in John chapter 11, when Lazarus was dead and buried for 3 days, the body was stinking by now. Jesus said, Father, I thank you, for you have already answered my prayer. Already answered my prayer. You always will do so. And he says, Lazarus, come out. So what the human fathoming, human understand, human brain cannot understand. But the word is real. You know exactly the word is real. And he simply own it. So my dear friends, think about your situation now. That agony that you are going through now. The terrible, terrible thing that you experience now. You just have to be joyful. Rejoice always. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 16. Rejoice. Again I say rejoice. Philippians chapter 4 verse 4. Because he has just done it. It's prepared. It's there. You just have to have faith and hope to enjoy it. So whatever the circumstances that you go through, whatever the storm that you are in, just know that Jesus is there in your boat. You don't have to simply worry at all. God bless you.